Hi everyone, welcome to a new video. Today's video is part 2 of the top 10 mistakes biomedical science students make. Last week we spoke about part 1, and this week we're going to talk about the second part. So if you haven't watched the first one, make sure that you watch the first one where I spoke about the first 5. Now we're going to look at the next 5, so let's go. Hi everyone. So the reason I parted the mistakes, because I wanted, like I mentioned in the previous video, I wanted each mistakes that explain what they are, why are they a mistake, what's the importance, what's the significance, and the solution to that. So hopefully that will help you in your biomedical science journey. So let's go to the next mistake. So mistake number 6 is neglecting your career planning, and you leaving it until late, not having a career game plan. Not thinking about your career early enough. Many biomedical science students get so caught up in exams, day-to-day college or university, they reach the final year and go, oh no, what am I doing after graduation? And suddenly scrambling to figure out if they had an accreditation, about the job options, masters, and they get into a panic mode. And I totally understand, because the course itself is quite intense. If you're new to this channel, I'm Aida Noor. I'm a UK registered biomedical scientist, and I've had the longest journey to become qualified biomedical scientist. So I talk about this extensively. I didn't have an accredited degree. I didn't have any lab experience. My actual degree was in biochemistry. Then I did masters in biomedical science, thinking that will qualify me. So I had to go through the whole long route of working as an MLA, doing my portfolio, becoming a biomedical scientist. So the whole thing, and I've got experience in both in the private and the NHS, and I talk about that a lot. So I'm grateful for all the life experiences, but I wanted to share those mistakes with you guys to to appreciate how you can avoid them and what's the solution. So it's not too late, it can be done. I've learned those mistakes too late. I think I've done all of them, but let's carry on. I also want you to appreciate, like I mentioned, I'm a UK registered biomedical scientist. So in the UK, you need to appreciate the importance of the IBMS accreditation for your degree or degrees, the HCPC registration process. Not having a placement year or lab experience like myself, and not doing the right project can delay your career by years. Yeah. Or if you're eyeing to get into medicine or medical school or PhD, or doing any other courses that need preparation, not having early preparation will require you to have a gap time in order to sort this out. So what's the solution? Definitely connect with your career advisors or faculty mentor. You should do that right at the beginning or now, because they will give you and guidance about the career biomedical science degree or careers. Research your role. You might be interested, whether research scientist, clinical scientist, biotech sales, healthcare management, or whatever catches your eye. See what qualifications are required and experience. Check if the program is accredited, or if you need extra steps for certain careers. Is there an optional placement or internships or extra examination for certification? Is there deadlines that you need for the applications before you finish your final year? Furthermore, make sure that you join professional bodies. Last week we spoke about the importance of networking. A student member, you will have loads of privilege because it will be cheaper for you. So there will be loads of student resources and career guidance. Networking with graduates, including the ones that you connect through LinkedIn. Find alumni from your course and see what they're doing. Don't be shy. Send a polite message. Ask for advice. Many will be more than happy to help you. So this is very, very important because it does need a lot of proactivity. You need to be a person who's, don't be shy to ask for help, because this is how you secure yourself in order to get your next opportunity. Don't just focus. I know the course is very, very intense and it's very, very difficult. I didn't do that degree, but I'm hearing from others it can be intense. But that's how, like we spoke about the importance of time management. That's how you develop time management. But this is very, very important. I don't want to say this, but I am going to say it. Employers, they care if you do the job. They don't care about your credentials. They don't care if you've got the first. Can you do the job? What's the point of having a graduate who has a first but cannot do the job? And this is a harsh reality. Yes, in research, this might be appreciated and all that, but in the real life, in real work, you need to have a balance of both. Skills are extremely important. And in the future of work, skills and having an up-to-date skills is more important than ever. And that's something that you will have to have in your mind, that you need to have a set of skills that will future-proof your career. I know I'm talking about something that's futuristic, but don't underestimate about the importance of planning where you're going, what you're up to. Having a sketch, it doesn't have to be, because, and this is something we're going to talk about in the next mistake. Following from the previous mistake, the next mistake is limiting yourself to one narrow path. Just having a tunnel vision on one career. That is a mistake, and not a lot of people talk about. Why? Having a tunnel vision about your future, thinking there's only one acceptable outcome for your degree, and panicking if it doesn't happen. This kind of all or nothing thinking is a huge mistake, because it blinds you on the rich variety of your career you can pursue, and can lead to unnecessary despair and stubbornness. In reality, biomedical science is the most versatile degree. So if plan A doesn't work, there's a plan B all the way to plan Z. So why is this a mistake? Because if one path hits a roadblock, you might incorrectly assume that's it. It's a waste. I'm stuck. I failed. No. Focusing on one outcome, you are not fully engaging, not having that holistic approach on the other subjects and skills, like I've mentioned. It's very important, because biomedical science fits you with different skills, which I can talk about that. For example, maybe you're thinking that you want to become a researcher, but you ignore the importance of business and communication. But later you might decide to get into biotech startups, for example, which is booming right now because of technology and AI. Guess what? That's when you need to be a very good communicator, and you need to know about business. Business is not something that you can learn. As long as you know how to sell, as long as you know how to talk, this is how you win people. So, for example, also you want to become a clinician, but then you end up, you dismiss the importance of lab work or lab setting. And plans might change. So it's very, very important to appreciate the importance of flexibility. In today's job market, especially, flexibility is extremely important. And this is something I learned is important. How you talk, how you approach people. The first impression matters. That, I don't know, is it 70%, if not 100%? That's really, really important. So what's the solution? Have an open mind, stay open-minded, explore those multiple opportunities. I always say open your mind and eyes. Use your time wisely in the university to sample different things. Like they say, a career is by trying different things. Don't before you commit yourself to one thing. Get out of your comfort zone, because do little things, for example, computer science, biotech, or whatever intrigues your intelligence. Attend career panels, speak to those professionals, maybe do a bit of research, maybe shadowing. People are very approachable, by the way. Regularly remind yourself not to tie yourself to a title, because titles do change now. And then you will never know. You might end up in a path that you've never heard of. So that's a solution. And more, all this will help you to diversify your skills and your knowledge, and not betraying your aim or your goal, and giving yourself that insurance and the wide options that you might have. Diversifying your portfolio will help you, because you'll have a well-rounded approach about biomedical science or the job market in general. So if you think about it, it's a win-win. What I want you to remember, your degree is a launch pad. It's not a tunnel. It's not a one-way. And you can go in different directions. Embrace the freedom. Don't fear it. Having an open mind will take you very, very far. So the mistake number 8, underestimating the workload and not adjusting. Like I mentioned, I understand biomedicine or biomedical science, it's intense. And I hear from students. So for example, in the first year, you might feel it's a breeze. The first year is preparing all the students to the second year. The nitty-gritty starts from the second year. So use the first year as a good start, a good way to ease yourself in. So why is this a mistake? Like I said, from the first year, people underestimate how challenging the coursework and adapting to the study load. Yes, biomedical science combines heavy content, lots of memorizing and understanding, lab reports, and maths and stats and all this report preparation. So if you don't respect the workload, you will fall behind very quickly and you will get overwhelmed. So what's the solution? Yes, hit the ground running as soon as you start. Get those time management habits as soon as you can. Don't wait for a wake-up call. From week one, organize your schedule, plan out, and start the assignments as early as possible. And read your notes after every lecture. And this is a very, very important key. And this is what I practice throughout my life. As soon as you attend something, read afterwards, because that's when your ideas are very fresh and that's where it sticks. And this is what I used to do at lectures, actually. Yes, you come out overwhelmed and tired, but I realized it used to work for me. So if you find yourself struggling, for example, God forbid you failed the first exam, don't brush it off. Analyze what went wrong. Don't underestimate the depth of understanding that is needed. You need to allocate more time or try different study techniques, flashcards, memorization, study groups for tough concepts, etc. Utilize resources. There are many tutoring services available in the office hours or discussions. So take that advantage that's available for you. There's another tip I would say. This is something I wish someone told me. Treat it like a 9-to-5 job. 9-to-5 jobs, you work for 8 hours. If you go to lectures for 3 hours, you've got the rest of the 5 hours for studying or preparing and reading. That way you will be aligned with that expectations. Yes, it does sound intense, but it's something you're going to start to excel and develop with throughout your life anyway. And there's the old saying, don't forget to work smarter. Work smarter, not harder. Focus on understanding more than just cramming it all together for the sake of getting the grades. Tools like maps or group quizzing or that will help you to study. Willing to adjust is very important. Adjustability or adaptability, flexibility is extremely important because it will feel like a breeze. And stay humble and adaptable because the workload is tough, but it's manageable if you respect it. And I must admit, I'm very lucky that I was an organized person right from school days, so I didn't struggle because I used to do everything sequentially as it is from A-level onwards. I studied, my university was in the UK, so I was very lucky from the beginning that I remember the first modules they taught us in the first year was time management. And then now fast forward, I realized time management is extremely important. Like for example, my morning routine is very important before work. Work also, I'm very organized. In life as well, managing my other things. So this is something you will develop from university. I know coming from school to university is a transition, but the earlier you adapt, the better. And also it's something that you need to master anyway, regardless in life, before you get carried away with life. So the earlier you adapt to this, the better. So mistake number 9, doing it all alone and not seeking support, or like they call it, the lone wolf syndrome. You have to understand we are sociable creatures. We do need support. It's tough attempting to do everything alone and not asking for help when you need it. It can be very difficult. It can be emotionally tiring. It could be mentally tiring. So doing it alone without having support, without asking questions, without having mentors, it's like climbing a mountain without ropes or a team. Yes, few people manage to do it, but why make it hard for yourself if you can get the support? Not mentioning asking questions in class, or email the professor when you're confused. It can save you loads of hours. And there are many systems that will support you out there. There's a lot of support. You just need to pay attention and seek when you need to. Academic advisors, they are paid to help you. They can help you pick the right course or research opportunities or plan your steps. Counselors and mental health services can help you. Study groups can transform your learning experience, often with peers, explain something in a way that clicks, that you catch mistakes together, and you make it more fun. So why suffer alone? So why do students not seek support? Because they think it's you will look dumb. So a lot of people find that it's a mistake. In reality, asking help is a sign of intelligence and curiosity and proactiveness. So there's an old saying that I use it. I say I'd rather look stupid, but then understand, because that way there's a very, very old saying. There's two types of people who don't learn: the shy ones and the arrogant ones. So always ask questions. I'm a why person. I always ask questions. I always got into trouble as a child, but it saves you a lot of grief. Communication, human connection, don't lose that. I know we're all online, but that way we are all together for this. So what would be the solution? So build your support network right very early. Go to people, introduce yourself, find a couple of classmates that you might click, join WhatsApp group, introduce yourself to academic advisors or faculty members. Be known that you're comfortable with. Don't be a stranger. Consider joining online forums or student groups for biomedical science. Just be careful, because time management is very important. So don't procrastinate and forget about your work. So it's not about just academic help. It's about talking to friends, getting the support for personal support too. So if you feel an imposter syndrome or getting stressed, find somebody that can help you. So ditch that wolf mentality. Don't suffer alone. Science is all about collaboration. Breakthroughs happens in teamwork. Think about education the same way. As the great saying, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So if you want to go far, right, go together. So this is one of the least spoken about skill, that it's that I know we are all online, I know we are all on TikTok and all of that, but it's very important. This is something I learned later on. Your network is your net worth. Having the support group is important. Even for me now as a professional, I have a support group. I have the personal support group and the professional support group. It doesn't have to be direct, but somebody that you can have a chat with if you have something in your mind, or a worry or a problem or a challenge. You have somebody to talk to. So build that habit from university. Don't suffer alone, whether online or whether in person. But also use the university while you're at university, because this is something I wish someone told me when I was a student. There's lots of support for students, but it's how you find that support. And that will lead us to the final mistake. So the final mistake, and the reason I put it is to wrap all this top 10, is burning out by neglecting self-care. Burnout blues. We talk about that less often. Burning out by pursuing yourself too hard and forgetting to take care of your health. This might be the most human mistake on the list. In a demanding field like biomedical science, it's easy to fall into the cycle of all-nighters, constant stress, zero work-life balance, especially if you're passionate and determined, which is great, but it can go too far. Remember, you're not just a student, you're a future scientist. You're a human being who needs rest, social connection, and joy outside academic. So what are the signs of burnout? We do mention burnout. Burnout is not only for professionals, it's also for any other human being, even students. So feeling exhausted all the time, losing motivation or the ability to concentrate, a sense of detachment or cynicism about school or university. If you find yourself in that territory, it's a huge red flag. You've been running on an empty for too long. So what's the solution? Prioritize self-care and sustainability in your routine. Schedule breaks, downtimes. Turn them like an important appointment. Maybe Friday nights, no studying. Or take a walk every afternoon or every other afternoon. Find what recharges you. Read fiction books, exercise, play music. Hang out with your friends or make time for it. Sleep is non-negotiable. Aim for consistent 7 to 8 hours. You're young. It might feel like you're gaining study time by cutting sleep, but you're likely to lose efficiency. Your brain needs memory. So in order for the memory, to fix it, it needs sleep. So it's very, very important for you as a solution. Also, stay active and eat reasonable food. You don't have to lose an arm and a leg. Just a simple walk, a simple jog, a simple, you don't have to join the gym if it costs you, although there's discounts, but everybody's financial needs are different. Eat well, go to the market. If you're in the UK, market fruits and vegetables, they're cheaper than if you go to the supermarket. So it needs a proper planning, like 20-minute walk. For example, if you go to university, if you can't fit the walk-in, you can, for example, for me, when I always made sure that part of my after COVID, I didn't want to go to the gym because I became so paranoid. So I used to fit my walk in within the morning commute. So I used to walk an hour and then take the rest of it, a train or a bus or whatever. But that used to set me up for the morning. Obviously, my morning routine, having journaling in the morning, the prayers in the morning, having certain rituals, just waking up. I'm not that type of person who wake up and go straight to work. No, I need at least 2-3 hours before I wake, before I start my work. So that sets me off. So remember, your body is a vessel. So feed it and take care of it. Also, there's another thing I want you to appreciate is setting boundaries. If you've been studying nonstop, say no. I've had enough for today. That's it. I need to have a break. So time that out. Don't overcommit and don't put all too much. There's a course that I did a while ago. It's called learning how to learn. And yes, sleep is very important. And sometimes if you find something definitely it's worth the course. I might talk about that course. If you're learning something very, very difficult, sometimes it's good to stay away from it. Go and get some sleep. And apparently your brain fits it in your head. And then you'll be surprised. And I've tried it several times. The timing is very important also. For example, I function really well first thing in the morning. So if I have something very complicated or needs focusing, I will wake up first thing in the morning and do it. Some people might function better in the night when it's all quiet. So pay attention to these routines. That will make the huge difference. So mental health is definitely something that you need to keep an eye on. If you notice constant anxiety or sadness, don't hesitate to reach for help. Those mental professionals, mental health professionals are there to help you. It's not a stigma. We all seek professional help. It's nothing wrong with that. We are human beings at the end of it. So there was an article I read that it's common, and now with a lot of anxiety, it's very, very important to acknowledge that. So don't underestimate the importance of looking after your mental health. Yes, we use that word a lot, but I don't think it's something that a lot of people talk about. So let's recap today's sessions before we move to my final thoughts. So today we spoke about not having a career plan. Be aware of the steps of your goals and make sure that you plan ahead or sketch ahead. Tunnel vision, staying open to different paths. Your degree is versatile. Understanding the workload. Biomedical science is tough, so study smart and adapt. Going it all alone. That's a mistake. Use the advisors, peers, mentors. You're not alone in this. Burning out. Taking care of yourself. A healthy student means a successful student. So, in summary, I want you guys to pace yourself. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So, it's true. Life in general is a marathon. So, burnout can derail you from studies. I'm emphasizing on this because this is the least spoken about. So don't, derail from studies because of burnout, and your passion recovering from it can take a very long time. Preventing by living a balanced life as best as you can. That will help you to achieve and enjoy your university life. I must admit, I didn't enjoy university because I was making all these mistakes. So I was very anxious. So whenever I remember university, I didn't enjoy university, to be honest. It's that's why maybe if I've acknowledged those experiences, I would have enjoyed the experience even more. So think of it, this is just for you to thrive, not strive. So let's recap all these 10 top mistakes and have a look at them for you to take away and acknowledge and keep it with you. So no clay. Why? Remember to find your passion and let it drive you. Ignoring opportunities. Science happens beyond the classroom. Get out there. Putting off research. Start small. Start early. Don't wait for later. No networking or profiling. Build your professional presence. It opens doors. Superficial lab approach. Dive deeper in lab. Learn the real skills. No clear plan. Be aware of the steps, your goals. Plan ahead. Having a tunnel vision. No. Stay open to different paths. Your degree is versatile. Underestimating the workload. Biomedical science is tough. Study smart and adapt. Go in it all alone. Use advisors, peers, mentors. You're not alone in this. Burning out. Take care of yourself. A healthy student means or equals a successful student. So also I want you to appreciate the timeline which I've introduced to you last week. In the first year, you begin your academic journey as a student in biomedical science. Year 2, students gain hands-on experience in laboratories. Year 3, students complete internships to apply theoretical knowledge. Students prepare for that. Year 4, students prepare for their projects, present it, and they graduate. Year 5, that's when you enter the workforce and your career. So there you have it. These are the top common mistakes that biomedical science students make, and most importantly, how you can avoid them with the solution. So what I want you to take away from this is these mistakes don't define you. Having the ability to acknowledge them and recognize them and overcome them does make all the difference. And remember, every scientist go through these sort of challenges. They have stumbled. I am one of you guys. I've made all those mistakes and I'm learning it. I'm sharing it with you guys. It is an exciting career, but it can be challenging. At the same time is rewarding because it opens so many opportunities to you. So don't just aim to survive, to get the degree, to get that first and that's it, and not focus on all the opportunities that this degree can give you. Yes, it does require you to network, it does require you to pitch for yourself, it does require you to have a holistic approach, an overall approach about this career, where it's going to take you. And the good news is, like I've shared in the previous video about the future of biomedical science, like any profession or any industry at the moment with AI and technology is revolutionizing every career, and it does create opportunities, but that's where you come in, by showcasing the skills that make you an addition. How you're gonna thrive in there if you don't know who you are, what you do, how you can pitch for yourself, looking after yourself in order to thrive. So just I want you to take this video with you, like for example in your back pocket, so that you revisit it whenever you're feeling down, you're feeling challenged, or you're feeling a bit that you need a bit of encouragement, because it is tough. And you know what, I'm gonna tell you the real brutal truth, unsugar-coated. Life is tough. Life is tough. You just have to be a resilient person who can adapt, who can have flexibility. It will challenge you, not just on a professional level, also on a personal level. And having a balance between them two, it's very, very important. Now we are experiencing information overload. We think we can multitask, but that is a lie. So I don't want to scare you, but I want you to bear that in mind. And again, I'm using this platform to help all of you. So keep the communication going. And well done on everybody who's been engaging and sending those amazing questions. I hope you've enjoyed the last Q&A. So bring more questions, ask more questions, so that I regularly gather them and put them out for you guys to keep this communication going. It's an amazing career, don't get me wrong. I'm enjoying the perks of it now, being self-employed, and also it has opened other opportunities for me, which I'm going to talk about in upcoming videos, so that hopefully that will inspire you to appreciate that having a successful career, you need to put in the work regardless. But the good thing about this career, let me talk about, in general, careers that you put a lot of work at the beginning, you rest later on. For example, being a biomedical scientist, once you've got the registration, you have the skills and etc., you are irreplaceable compared to somebody working for a company. The company goes down, that's it. You either made redundant or fired, and then you have to find another job, which you will rely on your connections. However, when you're being a healthcare professional or biomedical scientist in specific, you've got your skills, you've got your accreditation, you've got your credentials that nobody can take away from you. So I enjoy this profession and I'm grateful for it, but I had to work very, very hard to get qualified. But you, at your degree, you might have an easier journey than me, and I share everything on this channel, so keep checking the pinned comment for all the different playlists. So I hope this video has helped you. So if you enjoyed it, give it thumbs up and make sure you subscribe for some amazing content that I'm coming up, and hit the notification button and share it with others who it might help, and keep the communication going. So I wish you all the best, guys. Keep dreaming, keep thriving, don't give up. It's an amazing journey, and I wish you all the best in your studies. So until the next video, keep shining, keep inspiring, and see you next time.